Mueller report findings upend partisan views of probe, poll finds. Americans are split over whether House Democrats should continue to investigate President Trump after Special Counsel Robert S. Mueller III made no determination about whether he attempted to obstruct justice during the inquiry into Russian interference in the 2016 election. The division marks a clear break from public support for Russia-related investigations at the start of the year, when an overall majority supported House Democrats' efforts to examine whether Trump's subordinates conspired with Russia, as well as Trump's relationship with Russian President Vladimir Putin. 6 House panels are digging into aspects of Trump's campaign, his finances, and his efforts to discredit Mueller's inquiry as a witch hunt, while they wrestle with Attorney General William P. Barr for access to Mueller's full report and the underlying evidence that informed his conclusions. Mueller did not. An overwhelming 8-3% say the Mueller report should be made public in its entirety, and 5-7% say Barr, who described some of Mueller's principal findings in a letter to Congress this month, has not released enough details about the report. The Post-Shar School National Poll, conducted Tuesday through Friday, underscores how much the political dynamics surrounding Mueller's report have changed between when it was a work in progress and its completion just over 1 week ago. Nearly 8 in 10 Republicans say they feel satisfied with the investigation's conclusions, a strikingly positive assessment for a group that widely disapproved of Mueller's handling of the investigation just last month. Among Democrats, who long expressed faith in Mueller during the inquiry, 5-3% now say they are disappointed with its conclusions. And while most still, over the course of Mueller's 22-month investigation, and as the special counsel racked up indictments of individuals in Trump's inner circle, many Democrats in public office had expressed confidence that the inquiry would reveal something crippling about Trump, and were as shocked as once skeptical Republicans were elated when Barr delivered Mueller's principal conclusions. Perhaps unsurprisingly, the end of the investigation has done little to shake partisans' convictions about Trump's guilt or innocence. A 7-6 among Republicans, 1-5% think Trump committed serious wrongdoing, while 2-1% think he obstructed justice. Independents are the partisan split in public sentiment suggests that there is little incentive for lawmakers on Capitol Hill to alter their current positions as congressional investigations continue. Democrats have Americans are skeptical of Trump's claim of complete and total exoneration by the investigation's conclusions, in contrast with Mueller's description that while the report does not conclude that the president committed a crime, it also does not exonerate him on the issue of obstruction. By 6-1 the Post-Shar School poll also shows there is now less overall support for Democrats investigating obstruction of justice claims against Trump than there was for investigations of Russia-related issues earlier this year. Just under half, in January, found that 5-7% of the public supported House Democrats investigating whether Trump's campaign conspired with Russia, while 5-9% supported investigating Trump's relationship and communications with Putin. But the drop in support is less stark than the partisan divide over those matters. About 8-10 Democrats say their party should continue investigating whether Trump obstructed justice, while about 8-10 Republicans are opposed, and independents are split about evenly. Whereas in January, notably, the poll finds little evidence that the report's conclusions have significantly changed Americans' willingness to re-elect Trump. While 1-7 Mueller's findings have also done little to affect how the public feels about impeaching Trump. The Post-Shar School poll finds that a 5-5% majority of Americans say Democrats in Congress did not go too far in accusing Trump and his associates of conspiring with Russians, and 4% volunteered they didn't go far enough. A 3-9%. Despite the partisan battles that have ensued over Mueller's findings, approval of his handling of the investigation has remained stable overall. Over half of while a majority of Democrats and independents approve of Mueller's handling of the now completed investigation, and similar proportions have for the course of its existence, Republicans are now net positive toward the Mueller investigation for the first time. By 4-6 op, the end of the Mueller investigation has also done little to shrink Democrats and Republicans' deep divisions over whether Russia actually tried to interfere in the 2016 election. About 6 in 10, the poll was conducted by the Washington Post and the Schar School of Policy and Government at George Mason University over landline and cellular phone March 26, 29 among a random sample of 640 adults. Overall results, Emily Guskin contributed to this report.
Raindrop, drop top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park pot.